Today in this video, I'll be explaining how to make a simple boom bap type beat using splice samples. So, before we start, let's hear which sample I used. Right. It's classic saxophone loop. I really liked it and it fit the vibe of the beat I wanted to make, so I decided to use it. And instead of just using the original sample, I decided to tweak the sound a little bit. So what I did was I cut out the low end frequency and just shelf the high frequency, boost the mid. So the reason why I cut out the entire low end frequency was because I didn't want it to collide with the bass's frequency. So the bass can fill up the low frequency, and you don't want it to clash. So that's why I did that. And if you hear carefully, you can probably hear that vinyl type of sound, and it sounds very vintage, all thanks to this plugin. It's from Cymatics. It's called Origin. It's free. You guys can download it, and yeah, it adds that vintage vibes to it. It makes it sound like 80s 90s type of boom bap. Makes it sound classic. It's really nice. And what I did in the beat was add 808 bass myself, and also drum patterns. I had two drum patterns layered. This is the one I brought from Splice. It's groovy, yeah. This is the one I made. So together, it creates that atmosphere of the 80s 90s vibe boom bap that I wanted to create. If you look at the pattern here, the hi-hats are hitting every 16th note, and the claps and snares are hitting at 2/4 2/4 to create that groovy type of rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. That kick, dun dun da, dun dun da. I think it was well made, and yeah, it just continues until this part where the main drum disappears. Now it sounds more empty. It's creating the space for artists to fill in and do whatever he wants to. And you also probably wonder what this is. It's called automation. So what it does is it tweaks the volume of the sample I brought, this one, yeah, and it switched it changes the volume. So the sample plays at this volume, a constant, and then it decreases to 0, and then goes up to the normal volume, decreases. By this repetition, it creates that kind of wobbling kind of effect. And then, moving on to another section, you'll probably notice a change in the sound. Yes, you probably heard this kind of sound effect, very ominous type of atmosphere in Travis Scott or Kid Cudi instrumentals. This effect is called halftime. It kind of slows down the general tempo of the beat, and also it makes the sound darker, more evil. So I thought it was it was nice to place it there so that the beat gets less boring. And then it ends. It goes back to the intro played in the here in the beginning, but I add a little bit of twist here. So it introduces a new sample, but in fact, it's not a new sample. It's just a reverse of the original one. Yeah, this is the original. You reverse it, you get this sample. So what I did was I just messed around, play with the samples, how I could chop it or like switch keys. I tried a lot of things, and then I tried to reverse it. It sounded really nice, so I was like, why not just add it in the middle of the beat to kind of add a little bit of twist, and because it's fun, it's interesting. And then I added a break here. Goes back to the original loop. So it's all coherent, and especially because I use the same drum pattern, I didn't want to make this beat too complicated because it's for a beginner tutorial. So I just stick with this this percussion, drum, whatever you can call it, and the drum I made, it's the same drum throughout the entire beat. So that's basically it. But what I could so for beginners who are starting to learn music, like having good plugin, in my opinion, is really important in terms of sound designing. So for example, this Cymatics Origin, it's free. You can add, just by adding this plugin, you can create the vintage sound that you probably wanted. And also by adding Cymatics Deja Vu, this is the halftime effect that I explained earlier. This is also free. You can emulate that Travis Scott sound by using this simple free plugin. So I recommend you guys to check out some of the it doesn't have to be from Cymatics, just any free plugins that you can find. Try it out. Yeah, because there's not gonna be any like cons or losses. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Boom Bap tutorial sample video, and for the next video I'll return with more intermediate kind of level of beat. Thank you.